we're at the 4-minute mark. I'm about to just start the live, and then you're gonna be on mute for the start of it until I bring you in, and then yeah. So right now the countdown is on. Let me make sure it's up in there. Yeah. So then maybe after this I'll chop the video down and then send it to you, and then if you wanna post it on your joint, that'd be great. What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Mic check 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. What's up, Jason Ants? Talking about my two favorite YouTubers. Jason, you full of shit, bro. You full of it, Jason. Echo, you got the echo. Is the echoing? So there's an echo when I talk. This saying I have a lot of echo. Can you hear me now? Mic check 1 2. Okay, I'm gonna bring Brandoh in. What's up, Big Brandoh? You're live on YouTube right now.
What's happening?
Okay, sound check. Let me know if y'all can hear Brandoh and if y'all can hear me. I know y'all saying it's a little echo. They're saying it's much better. Okay, it's much better cool. Now. No more echo. Loud and clear. That's what's up. Okay. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the channel. And if it's your first time here, remember, you have to subscribe. That's what I'm going to tell you. Just subscribe to the channel. Like the videos. We have something nice going on tonight. You know, we have Big Brandoh in the building. And you'll get to know him if you don't. And yeah, so we're just going to get into it. Real quick, I'm going to say what's up to a few people that's coming in. We have Jason Ends. The comments are floating right now. Like, I can't even keep up with the comments.
Yeah.
We got June. What's going on, June? We got CB here tonight. Mez. Man, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. Sewing and craft. If I can't say your name, I'm gonna say the parts that I know how to say. You feel me? I mean, we got sketches to design. We got Pamela in the building. We have Joe in the building. Yeah, we have a bunch of people, y'all. Y'all come on in. Welcome. We have G6 Custom, G6 Custom Design. What's up, community? I think I got an invite from or a friend request from you today on Instagram. I know a lot of people are coming in from Brando's channel. Y'all come on in. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, we appreciate you for being here. This is Garment Creations. This is where we give tips and tricks to amplify your t-shirt business. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. But on today's video, we have Brandoh. Like I said, Brandoh is here with us tonight, and we're gonna get to know Brandoh, man. See where he started, what where he's at now, and what type of cool stuff he's got going on, and some advice, some tips for you guys to grow your business. If you're in the house, if you're in the storefront, wherever you're at right now, we're going to be bringing you some value tonight. And remember, this is a live show, so drop your comments, keep commenting in that, and keep the comments flowing, and leave some questions here that you have for Brandoh. Okay, so what's going on, Big Brandoh?
Oh, chilling, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me on here, man. I appreciate you really for reaching out, man. When you said that, I said, "Oh, this is cool." I'm all about building up the community. We was talking about this earlier, and for me, doing a show like this, getting a bunch of people on, just shows that you're not a selfish person and you really out here trying to build the community up. So I applaud you. Appreciate you, brother.
Man, you already know, man. And when I reached out, at first I'm like, damn, Brando's probably busy, man. My man's probably don't even know who I am. And I started off as like, yo, bro, you might not know who I am, but my name's blah 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 from Garment Creations. I host all that good stuff, trying to lay it out to add the value to say, hey, I value your time. This is what I'm doing. I appreciate if you can jump in there. And the fact that you jump on there and responded, when you responded, man, I jumped. My wife's like, what happened? I said, hey, we got an interview with Big Brandoh, man. And so much respect for just accepting the invite, man. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the community, and we appreciate that.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it. And like you said, when you reached out to me, man, I read through it, and for me, it's all about building up this community, right? Like I talk about it with G6 Custom. Shout out to you guys. Tom, when I met him at ISS, it was all about the community, right? What we're building up, what we're doing as content creators and in this space is all about helping each other up, helping each other get on and make some money. And like we said earlier, man, it ain't about holding secrets. It's all about spreading whatever knowledge we got to somebody else that's trying to come up and just minimize the mistakes in everybody else. You know what I mean? They could learn from our mistakes as content creators. So I was all about it when you hit me up, man. I thought this was dope. Good idea. And your graphic, your icon graphic is crazy. So I said, oh, man, I got to jump on with them.
Appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. But okay, so let's jump right into it, man. For anybody that's here tonight that don't know you, or for folks that will be watching this on the replay, tell the people tell the people about you, man. Who are you? What do you do? And what you got going on?
Yeah. So for the people that don't know, I'm pretty sure that a lot of your subscribers probably don't know who I am. I go by the name Big Brandoh on YouTube, and I basically help people start clothing brands from home, right? The objective of my channel is to show people how to do it at the lowest cost possible to increase their margins. For me, I'm all about profit, making a lot of money, but also not wasting money, spending money on nonsense. Just being able to, because we all start on shoestring budgets. Majority of the people
Yeah.
that hit me up and watch my channel, they don't got these big $10,000, $20,000 budgets to drop on equipment. And for me, I could get somebody started for 400, $500, start making money right away. I'm all about showing them how to do that from that space. There's a lot of people out there that see people creating clothing brands and they want to get into it, but they're a little intimidated. I try to make it as easy as possible to learn how to do it and learn from my mistakes with my channel. When I first started, there was no content on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for like 3 years, maybe four, but I think it was three. There was no content out there on how to get your wholesaler license or your reseller permit, and that was one of the main. My first three videos is showing those three steps on how to do it because in California it's free. It's free to get your reseller permit. Not a lot of people know that.
Right.
Everybody thinks you need to be some big corporation or do some, crazy shady stuff to get on, but all it is filling out an application. If you could fill out a job application, you could apply for your reseller permit. And that's the my first 3 videos is showing that. And building off of that was a million questions from people talking about wanting to start brands, wanting to start businesses from home. And then that's when my channel started to get legs, and it was like, hey, let me show some people what I do, and how I make money doing this. You know what I mean? I'm very transparent on my page. A lot of people jump on and they have an idea of what they want to do, but the way I do things is a little different and a little bit, I would say, out of the box. And it's proven to be profitable for myself. And it's not no get rich quick type of a plan. It's just hard work. I'll tell you the equipment to buy, how to do it, and then it's up to you to actually grind it out and make the money. You know what I mean? There's no tricks, no frills, none of that smoke and mirror shit on my channel.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
man. It was definitely. So basically, how did you start? Did you start your t-shirt business as a brand, or did you start, not the business, but did you start with printing t-shirts as a to serve customers or to start a brand?
Yeah, for me, it's always been about starting a brand. I've been doing this since like 96, 97. I started with screen printing, and from there, the idea was always to start a brand. Like the way my brain always worked was how would I make money, and then also how was I gonna get somebody to buy my merchandise when there's millions of other brands out there, right? And that's what sparked the idea for marketing. That sparked the idea for advertising on how to actually get my stuff out to people, quickest way possible. And when I first started screen printing, I just thought I needed a shitload of volume. I needed a big inventory of stuff, because once I launch, I'm going to be selling t-shirts like crazy. That wasn't the case. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of money early on. I lost thousands thinking that inventory was my main thing to have. Was I need to make sure I got four dozen double X shirts, because that's the popular size. People are going to be buying them up, and those 4 dozen shirts get burned, and I can't sell not one of them. You know what I mean? It's a waste of
Right.
money, a waste of time. And through the years, that's when I started to figure out how to control my own inventory, how to make my money work for itself instead of dumping a ton of money into a risk. And for me, I got kids, I'm married, I got a mortgage to pay. I don't have a lot to risk. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure whatever money I put out, I'm actually going to be making on. So when I first started out, the idea was always to start a brand. And then along the ways, I started custom stuff because I seen the profit in that. I got into decals, I got into a lot of different stuff. But for me, first and foremost, is always how to start a brand and actually get it going.
Okay. Yep. So when with we talked about this a little bit. Did you find any struggles when you had brands? Because I know from I've been watching your content for a while. You started multiple brands. You
Yep.
know, you've dabbled in a lot of brands, and there's a lot of strategies that we'll probably talk about later
Yeah.
as far as starting brands. But did, when it comes to running a brand and then running a custom apparel business, did was there any struggles for you, or did you seem to lean on one more than the other?
Yeah. So for me, the idea is always you could do both, right? Because you have the equipment at home to do both. You got a heat press and a vinyl cutter. Simultaneously, you could run both, but your energy has to be focused on one. And for me, the custom stuff has always been on the back burner. It was always the brand first, and then when I'm hard up on money, nobody's buying none of my stuff for my brand. That's when I start getting the custom work in, just to fund what I needed for the brand, right? So if I needed to buy more t-shirts or buy more transfers or needed to buy hats for the brand, I would start marketing myself as a custom business just to get that revenue in, and then dump that right into the brand. Um, it was hard to balance both at first. When I first started out, I knew I could do both, but my attention span isn't that great when it comes to sharing my energy, across multiple platforms. So something always had to take the back burner. And I never wanted that to happen, but once I got that balance down, that's when shit just started booming for me, and it worked out because now I knew how to spread my time out and use it wisely instead of just running myself down. And a lot of the creators out there know there could be nights where you're working till 4 or 5 in the morning. You know what I
Tell me
mean?
about
And
it.
because you get into that flow, right? You get into this weird groove where it's like constant, your brain's running, and you're like, hey, I got all these good ideas I need to get out. But then there is those days where you're an hour in and you're like, man, fuck these shirts. I don't even want to do this
Right.
shit right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So finding that balance is the best thing that's ever happened for myself, is knowing, all right, I'm going to work on this shit for 2 hours a day, whether I like it or not. If I do more, cool. If I don't, as long as I get those 2 hours of creative time in, I'll be straight. And once I implemented that into my life, balancing custom stuff and running brands, like I run 5 brands now, and
Wow.
it's all that is just time management. You know what I mean? What I'm going to focus on, what's popular now, how am I going to get the other brands to bump up to the same popularity as these other brands. The challenge is dope, and that's the stuff that I like, but um, being able to manage your time is the biggest thing for all of us out here.
Wow. So with all these brands, man, and you say you're running 5 brands,
Yeah.
how how did you figure out the targeting of how did you figure out how to target your audience with all these different brands? Because I would like to think that all the brands are not targeting the same type of
No.
people,
Yeah.
So how did you figure out to target your audience?
Yeah, for me it's this is like the fun part. Building the brand for me is the most challenging, but that's the fun part for myself. So filling the void is something I'm big on, right? So I could go somewhere and I could be at the skate park, right? And this is just for an example. There's a bunch of kids skateboarding, then there's kids on scooters, there's dudes on bikes. Looking at what they wear, looking at what they're doing, can they be a potential customer? And then that's where my brain goes right away is, all right, can I make money in the scooter space? I don't know nothing about riding a scooter, but I know that these dudes wear t-shirts. So how
Right?
can I get in there, right? So all I'll do is jump on social media, look at what these scooter kids are doing, see what's popular, who's the tastemakers in that space, and then all you got to do is really just figure out what they're not doing and what you can offer to this community. And for me, that's what I did. Like, I started Leftovers on YouTube, which was a brand I did 2 years ago, and I created that just for YouTube to show my audience exactly how I build these things up, from concept to the ideas to branding to marketing, how I'm getting sales. It's all documented on there from a series I did called Starting from Scratch. And
Yes.
Leftovers was just my leftover designs, and I wanted to put them out, right? There's no big idea behind it. It was just, this is how I run a brand. I want to show you guys. And I ended up selling that brand because some of the designs were a lot more popular than the others. And that's what caught the attention of somebody wanting to buy me out. Before that, I just wanted to show the thought process of, all right, here's a t-shirt that's geared towards dudes that smoke weed. Let me show you how I market to dudes that smoke weed. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
there was another design that I had on there that was like a screen capture from, it was redrawn of Ricky's killer from Boys in the Hood. The dude that shot Ricky, I redrew him in a cartoon and put it on a t-shirt. And then I marketed that to people that knew about Boys in the Hood, people that knew about Los Angeles lifestyle, people that were into hip hop. There's so many different people I could market that shirt to. I wanted to show exactly what I was doing, how I was getting the sales, how I could get my shirt in the face of potential customers. And going back to your question, is every time I start a brand, I have a good idea on who I want to sell to. Not a group of people, but one individual. Like, there's one
Mm.
specific person I know I want to sell to, and that's who I constantly create shirts for, designs for. Because if that one person will like it, his friends will like it, and their friends will like
Yeah.
it. And then if you start small, you could always grow big. You know what I mean? A
Wow.
lot of times people go into it thinking, I just want to sell to the world. You know what I mean? The world is a big place. There's a lot of people. But if you could narrow your audience down to one person in a small group and then build, it's way easier to do it that way.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely important because when it comes to everybody say it, it's like you got to niche down to really grow.
Yeah.
Stan's got the books called "Riches Niches Bring Riches."
Yeah,
That's it. Like that's ideally what the whole thing is about. The more you can niche down, find that one avatar. Other people call it an avatar. Find that
yep,
avatar, that one person that you can constantly talk to. Like you're designing for that person. You're even when you do your YouTube videos, you're talking to that one person. Like
yeah,
just find that avatar and niche it down so well that my audience is that one person. He's that black kid that's 17, whatever, and he's not married. He hates his life. Whatever the case is, you gotta narrow that thing down
oh yeah,
to the bare minimum. So it's easy for you to to target that person, and then anybody else that looks like him, the lookalike audience would be easy to fall into that. So that's
that's
what I've
right.
learned. Yep.
And then you know what? A lot of people think just because you start off in a small little niche like that, that you have to ride that niche out, but not necessarily. What it is that niche is gonna bring the buzz around the brand, right? So that small little niche is gonna create the brand awareness, and then you could always expand from there to do a lot of different things. A lot of times, there's some brands that I'll do where I'll start out as a niche just to get into a certain space, and then the brand's totally about something else. Mission statement's totally something else, but it's just bringing the brand awareness and kind of tricking the customer into thinking they're into something, but you're offering them something else. And the weird ways to play, people's brains like that is the fun part when it comes to marketing, when it comes to branding, when it comes to a lot of that advertising is just playing on people's psyche on how they act, how they react to certain things. It's a science, but it's also this shit is fun for me, man. Like that's like the craziest thing is getting a complete stranger to buy your clothes, right? A complete stranger to buy something that you created with your own hands is one of the craziest things. They're not supporting you because they know you, or it's not a family friend, or it's not a family member. Complete stranger liking your design, something you created, your idea is on their body and they spent their money on it. That's the illest thing ever, man.
Right. So people are asking in the comments, do you have brand ambassadors? They're
Do I got brand?
interested.
No. Me personally, I don't use too many brand ambassadors. I see the potential and the opportunity for them, but for myself, it's my marketing strategies are all 100% free. I don't spend any money on marketing. I don't do paid advertising and stuff like that. It's like I said, it's really unorthodox and it's really out of the box when it comes to my strategies. Um, but they just been proven to work for me, and that's why I just kind of stuck to that and kept at it. A lot of people always tell me, "Hey, man, you should be paying for advertising. You could be doing all this." Like, man, I could make sales without paying a dime. I'd rather go that route until I'm forced to do it. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like brand
Definitely.
ambassadors, people that want to get sponsored, I used to run a skate brand. This is a while ago, and we did that, and we ran a cool little campaign with some skaters. And those dudes, they made good money because you give them a discount code, and then they make commission off the sales. That's an ill way to get on, but for me right now, I can't be taking nobody on yet.
Okay, so sorry to break your heart, Nita Rain. My wife in the comments, she talking about, can I be your avatar? You can't be his avatar. You can't be his brand ambassador. He's not taking nobody in. He's not hiring right now. It's the pandemic outside. He's not hiring. So real quick, right? So with all these brands and stuff that you have going on,
Yeah,
and I feel like you're not doing it in on the corner. You don't have a storefront.
yeah,
You're you're most likely, I would like to think you're doing it online.
yeah, 1000%
So
online.
okay. So do you find in the midst of this global pandemics that we're in right now, do you find value in being an online business or a brick and mortar business?
Yes and no. For me, to have a brick and mortar is almost every brand owner's dream, right? Everybody wants the flagship store. Everybody wants to be a storefront. Um, when it comes to what we're going through today, it's hard for the small businesses that own shops that can't have clientele in. You know what I mean? I got a lot of buddies that own stores, flagship stores. I got a lot of homies that own print shops. And when shit like this happens, it's not the whole like survival of the fittest and all this other corny shit. It really comes down to, is health, valued a lot less than money. You know what I mean? So a lot of people think of what's going on right now as, oh shit, man, I'm going broke. I want them to open the country back up. I want to be able to do all this shit and get back to normal. I don't think there's a normal coming up
Mm.
after this. And on
Yeah.
top of that, I just think if you opened everything up now, it'd be hard not for other
Mm.
people to get sick and spread it and get crazier. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, for me, it'd be hard to even think about just opening my doors and letting people come back in right now with not knowing. And you could wear masks and gloves and all that shit, but shit could still get spread. You know what I mean? So being online is cool during this time, but a lot of people are feeling the squeeze because a lot of people aren't buying. You know what I mean? There's people that don't have jobs. There's people that's out of work. This little stimulus check that's going around. Some people are going to be spending it up because they want to feel normal still and online shop and do shit. But to me, I just think it's we could survive it as an online brand now. Like 3 out of my 5 brands are doing okay. We're not booming. Like business ain't crazy and it's not normal, but I'm getting steady sales. But the other 2 brands, they just took a dump. You know what I mean? There's no amount of marketing that I could do to even revive it right now because of how the market is right now currently. Like for one of the brands, it's I created for Patreon to show Patreon how to start a brand, and it was geared towards people that eat churros, right? And it's a real small niche brand. But my main target audience was people that go to Disneyland and Disney World because churros are a big thing at those parks.
Okay.
Disneyland and Disney World are closed down, so
Yeah.
nobody's buying T-shirts to wear to the parks. Nobody's out here openly wanting to buy. I could post a million things a day on those social media platforms, and it's still not going to make people buy because they have nowhere to wear that shit to. So that brand just took a dump. Like it was hard. And if my supplier, my blank T-shirt supplier, didn't shut down for a while, and it forced me to kind of take the store down, I still would have just been losing out. You know what I mean? I would have been pretty much just eating shit. So with the other brands, they're doing okay because of who the market is and who it's targeted to. You know what I mean? And it's not like saying it's targeted to essential workers or anything, but to the other audience, it's more of a lifestyle thing than anything else. It's they still want to buy stuff because designs look cool and it relates to them, and there's some sort of weird connection they have with the brand where they still loyal to buy whenever I post shit. Um, that's not because of fancy marketing or nothing. That's just brand loyalty at that point. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Okay. So with all the brands, are you using a print on demand company?
Now I do everything on my own.
You printing it on your own?
Yeah. So what I currently do, I don't know if you could see these little black boxes back here, but they're
Yeah.
filled with black T-shirts. So all 5 of these brands, I offer black T-shirts. So that
Simple,
way I could
nice and
just
sweet.
stock black T-shirts in various sizes and pick and pull whenever I need them, and I could press transfers on them as orders come in. So
Wow.
with running the 5 brands, I also do like a print on demand service for like a fulfillment company for 2 local brands here in my city, and I do
Okay.
the printing for them because they have black T-shirts, and I just get the transfers in and I just bang them out because every night I press fulfill orders. It's easy for me to take on other business just to make a little extra money during this time. You know what I mean?
Nice. Nice. Okay. Wow. So you're doing all this at home.
Yeah.
So one of the other questions is how do you keep yourself organized and keep all your inventory organized while working from home?
Shopify. You know what's crazy is I tried working with Shopify 5 times, like creating content for them, trying to get an affiliate account with them, and they refuse to work with me. But I still talk about them, and because it to me that's just the easiest platform to do everything. I run all the stores on Shopify. Um, I have one store that has 2 brands, and then the other 2 fulfillment brands are on there, and then all the other ones are on their own personal platforms on Shopify. But all I do is order blank all style black t-shirts and pro club t-shirts, stock them, and then when orders come in, I get the notification on my phone and I just bang out the orders that same night, and then I ship them out the next morning.
Okay. Nice. So, all right. So for all the people that's asking if how Big Brandoh, how can you can organize your inventory, it's basically using Shopify. But I think that
Shopify and plastic transfers help too. So I'll show you
nice.
this. So all my tracks like this, right? But then the transfer could have like 4 or 5 different designs on them, and those 4 or 5 designs could be from different brands. It could be different designs for totally different companies. But the end user doesn't have to know that, right? It's just they only care about the design on the T-shirt that they buy. So for
Right.
me, I could cut costs. One brand could be paying for 100, 200 transfers, and I got room on that transfer sheet to drop 2 or 3 other designs on there. I might as well just utilize the space, and it's easy to stock 200 transfers in a box like this than to stock 200 printed T-shirts already in my room. You know what I mean? I'm limited on space as is.
Right. Okay. So you're saying you're using plastisol transfers and you're
Correct.
narrowing it down to just black shirts
Yeah.
and you're gang sheeting all of your transfers. So those are power tips, y'all. For people that are out there wanting to know all these things about starting a brand from home, Big Brandoh just laid it out. Basically, what I'm hearing him say is don't throw all these colors out there because a confused mind is gonna be slow to spend that cash. So
That's
if you
right.
narrow that thing down to one color, most people will say 2 colors, black or white. It's
Yeah.
easy for me to decide what I'm gonna wear today. It's either a black or white shirt. But
Yeah.
when you can narrow it down to just black shirts, it's easy. You don't have to keep a whole bunch of situations, thinking about what color of shirts to buy, what color of shirts to keep in stock, what size is going to sell, all that stuff. So if you can just find one color that works, black and white usually works. But if you
Yeah.
can just do black, that's sweet.
For me, like I said, I've been doing this like since 96, 97, and that's always been the requested color T-shirt. I've tried it where doing, offering a shitload of different colorways, man, browns, blues, reds. Even white shirts don't sell good for me. So if I do a light
Mm,
color T-shirt, I do heather gray, and that's just I don't know what it is about white T-shirts for a lot of people, but they're really sketchy to buy sometimes.
okay.
So if I offer it in a heather gray, they tend to buy it. But most of the time, it's always black. Rarely switch it up. If I do, it might be like a navy blue. But that's rare, very rare, because it's just easier, like I said, to just buy a shitload of black T-shirts and stock them in every size I want to offer, and then that way, when shit's coming in, there's no guesswork. Oh, do I got this in stock? Do I got this color and size? I already know. I try to keep 4 to 5 dozen of each color on hand. I mean, of each size on hand, and then when I start to get low down to my last dozen or something, then I'll re up and kind of keep it moving that way. But I use these little drop front boxes so I could see straight through them and be like, oh shit, I'm getting low. Let me order up.
Okay. So with your focus being on plastic transfers, I know you probably I think at one point you had an ebook that had
Yeah,
all those companies in there.
yeah,
I don't know if that's still available, but
yeah.
do you want to tell the people what your best who you recommend for plastic transfers?
Yeah, I still have the ebook. If they wanted to see like every single company that I use, it's called The List and it's on bigbrandoh.com. But
Okay.
outside of that, what you want to do, and I've been recommending this for a while now, is with any plastic salt transfer company, whether you get it from me or from somebody else, order the sample packs. They're free. They
Mm,
come with every single ink formula they have, and you could test them out. You could practice with them. You could see if you even like plastic salt transfers. A lot of times people just hear one thing and they think, oh shit, I need to do that. And at that point, they're already wasting money. You know what I mean? So for
yeah.
myself, to take the guesswork out of it, order a sample pack. You'll get all of the ink formulas that they use, something that stretches, something for full color, single color, opaque designs, all of that stuff in there. Test them out, see if it even works for you. Like companies that I like is like Top Transfer's dope. I use FM's dope. There's a few other ones. I've met with the people from Supercolor. Their transfers aren't plastisol, they're water based. So if that's something you're into, that's cool too. But like I said, orderly. Every single transfer company has samples. Order them up; they're free. And then even if you go to like a trade show like ISS or something, use that time to go to every transfer company and get their sample book, get their sample pack. Like, let me see. I got one right here from 613. So if you wanted to buy something from 613 Original, this is what their sample pack looks like. And stuff like that. It's you always want to be able to test out before you offer it to the customer, right? And I just recorded one of my videos. I do a segment called BSing with Brando where it's kind of just like me talking shit. But I just recorded one where I talk about me not testing out heat transfer vinyl and stuff like that and offering it to customers. Everything looks good right when you press it, right? I mean, you could attest to this. You heat press, you know, you could press something down and it'll lay down. It looks good. It looks clean. You're happy with it. And then the customer washes it or wears it and then the numbers peel off or the numbers fall or they starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have crazy stories about that I just recorded. And with testing stuff and doing your own due diligence when it comes to that kind of stuff, it'll save you a lot of headache just by testing shit out on stuff that you wear. Throw it in the washer machine when you're at home and make sure that the heat transfer vinyl or plastisol transfer that you're offering your customer, you know the correct settings to lay it down and get it to where it's going to live on that shirt forever.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of companies out there that's doing the plastisol. You got to either watch some videos on there. I've done a bunch of videos on them as well. I worked with Top Transfers, F&M. The top video on my channel is from F&M 50 cents transfers. I know you did a video on the 15 cent as well, and F&M was even in here when we first opened up because that video was blowing up so much, and I had an issue with it. And just with it peeling off. So they were able to come and visit over here and show us how to really apply it. And then I hung out with them, the ISS show and all that. Just because, and then we're able to figure out the formula, how to really do this thing, the different tips that they were recommending to get this thing applied right. So you have to be the one to do the testing before you really go out there and try to sell this stuff to your clients. Because once they go out the door, their mouth is going to do the work now. They're going to either talk good about you or they're going to talk bad about you. So you want to always do quality work and giving it back to your people as is. Appreciate the super chat over there, Jesus. Appreciate everybody for staying in the comments and dropping your question. So, but let's get the likes up on this video, man. We got 43 people watching this video. We got 17 likes. Y'all go ahead and smash the like button, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And keep dropping those questions for Brandoh, man. Keep dropping the questions. We got people saying, hey, Brandoh, yeah, I watch all your videos. Yes, Brandoh, I appreciate that. Subscribe to his channel if you're not, man. It's Big Brandoh on YouTube. Go ahead, check it out. Subscribe to him on Instagram. I'm going to throw all that on the screen. Go and check him out. So, Brandoh, what I know we talked about it a little bit. So, but if I'm starting a t-shirt business from scratch right now, walk us through it, man. Walk us through it.
Oh, if you're going to start from scratch right now, the first things that I would buy is a Cameo 4 cutter and the Craft Pro press from Heat Press Nation. That combo right there, like if I was just brand new and getting into this shit, that would be the equipment that I'd buy. The reason being is the Cameo seamless to work with, easy cutter to use, and then the Craft Pro has that slide out drawer. Now, for anybody that's heat pressed anything before and used the clamshell press, you know that it's difficult to work underneath the heat. Placing down your transfer, laying your shirt down straight, working underneath the heat is hard. So that Craft Pro, having that slide out drawer, is a knuckle saver. You know what I mean? You ain't burning your knuckles up trying to lay your shirt down or pull transfers up. Those would be two things that I would buy. Then I would buy white vinyl, heat transfer vinyl. It could be Caesar, Thermoflex, B-Flex, whatever type of vinyl you want to use. And then I would just buy blank t-shirts. And when it comes to buying blank t-shirts, you don't got to buy the whole lot right away. You could buy a few and build up on it. Buy a few, sell them. Use that money to buy more. You don't always have to break the bank to either start your inventory. You don't got to break your bank when it comes to equipment, because a lot of times people think, oh shit, you use a Signature Series press, I need to buy that same press. That's not the case. You know what I mean? The Craft Pro does exactly the same thing as the Signature Series, and it's like $200-300 cheaper. So instead of investing in the really expensive stuff right out the gate, you could always upgrade later. You could buy quality equipment for a low cost, and then as money's coming in, production starts to ramp up, you could get a production press after that and upgrade to something else. A lot of people always think like, the Cameo and the Cricut, those shits are like for not for noobs, but it's not a production style cutter. I've had the Cameo 3 since it came out, and I've not had one issue with that thing. And I use it almost every day. I cut vinyl, like decal vinyl and t-shirt vinyl with that thing every single day. I haven't changed the blade once, and I've not had any hiccups with that thing whatsoever. So when it comes to production and wanting to cut faster and cut bigger, I get that kind of stuff. That there's nothing wrong with it. But the Cameo cutter for me has been proven to be a workhorse for my setup. You know what I mean? So that's what I would get is the Cameo. I'd get the Heat Press Nation Craft Pro press just for that slide out drawer, and then white vinyl. And I say white vinyl because you could always change the color of the t-shirt. You could always just leave the vinyl color white. So to offer different shit, you could use white vinyl on black shirts, blue, red, dark gray, green, brown, whatever it is. But you don't have to change the color of the vinyl. You know what I mean? A lot of people think, oh shit, I need to get red vinyl and blue and all this. You're limited to what color t-shirt you could print on when you have those colored vinyls. If you wanted to save money, just buy white. Buy a 5-yard roll of white. You'll be good to go. You could bang out a gang of t-shirts with that.
Wow. That was it right there. If there was any game in this video, that was the game right there. I'm telling y'all. Like, because that's it. Like, there's a bunch of creators, YouTubers that tell y'all the same thing over and over. That Cameo, even though nobody here is affiliated with them, at least not me, but
yeah,
that Cameo cutter, man, I got the Cameo 3. I jumped on the Cameo 3 later in the game when I wanted to do the cut and print. But I started with a big US cutter. But now I tend to use my Cameo more. It's back there. You guys notice tons of video on that thing. But the fact that it's so mobile, you can just pick that thing up. I can be printing right now on this counter with that Cameo. And the thing works great, you know? So with that said though, Brando, they got the new Cameo coming out. And do you find any value in upgrading your Cameo for any reason?
Me, nah. I don't upgrade none of my equipment, man. I'm weird like that. There's a lot of people out there that as something new comes out, they want to get the newest and best thing. For me, if it still works and it's not broken, I have no reason to upgrade. The one thing that would make me upgrade my cutter is the Cameo that cuts the 15-inch vinyl. That's the one thing I've been toying around with because I buy my vinyl in 15 inches already. So it'd be easy just to throw that in, not have to trim it down or not waste 3 inches of vinyl every time I use it. If I could just cut 15 inches across, that would be cool. But I mean, that cutter's what, $300-400, and I still haven't pulled the trigger on it. It's been out for a while. I just haven't. Like I said, man, my Cameo 3 works perfect. So I'm not really pressed to even upgrade anything. And I was like you, like I used the big cutters before too. I used to have a US cutter Titan, had the GCC Expert, had the big cutters, but space-wise, man, you can't beat these little desktop cutters, man.
Just can't. I mean, everything's going mobile nowadays.
Yeah.
They got iPad Pros replacing computers and all that.
Right.
Just jump on the little mobile style things, man, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be good. Okay, so let's see. Let's check in the comments here. So, tell the people one more time, what style shirts are you using again?
I use All Style. My go-to is All Style 1701. For three of my other brands, they prefer the All Style 1301. Just different fit feel that they're accustomed to. And then two of my other brands, I use Pro Club, Pro Club Heavyweight. That's not a popular T-shirt, but here in Los Angeles, it's an easy seller when I tell people that I print on Pro Club because they already wear that shirt as a blank T-shirt, anyways.
Okay. So you got it right there using All Star, Pro Club,
Yeah.
and some other one that he said. But yeah, All Star is the one that most people are familiar with. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Okay, so what else do you have going on right now, man? Let's talk a little bit about YouTube. I
Yeah.
know I watch your channel. Your channel has helped a lot of people. I was telling you earlier that the DBA channel, the DBA videos, the video on like registering your business and all those, that series that you had from the beginning, those were my my TV shows when I was getting started, bro. Like, and tell me what was your idea around getting into YouTube?
The main thing I started the channel was people knew that I was already doing t-shirt brands already. A lot of people knew I already owned businesses and stuff. So the constant question I would always get from people around my neighborhood or just people who knew family, friends, or even family members, they'd always say, "Hey, how do I get my wholesale license? What do I need to do to get my reseller permit, my wholesale license?" Um, because they knew I had one. I don't do a lot of favors for people. Like I'm not buying stuff under my wholesale account for people. I don't do
No.
that. You know what I mean? So people always want to know, how do I get it? And they always thought you had to be some big corporation to get it and all this. And it's here in California, it's free to get. So all I did was I made those three videos just to forward to people that asked me about that. How do I get my wholesale license? So I would just forward them an email with those three videos on it. Say, this is all you got to do. You could get it. It's free. And from there, the video was public, so people were watching it. They were starting to find it. Then I just started getting hit with like a million questions after that. And it could be questions that I can answer, and then some of them I couldn't answer because I had no idea what they were talking about. But I did find that there was some sort of attention there. There's people that needed that information, and they were obviously coming to my channel asking. I used to watch YouTube videos all the time. People never talked about plastisol transfers, and when they did talk about them, it was like the stock plastisol transfer, like the ones that already had custom logos already on it. Like somebody else created the artwork, and a million people could buy that same image on the transfer and press it on a shirt.
Right.
And it's like the stuff you would see, like at a tourist shop or something like that. And that was the only content that was out there. Like there's a dude named Contest Ross or something like that, and he used to show a lot of these
Yeah, I
faith-based
remember him,
t-shirts or church
Cortez
shirts.
Ross. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember him.
he was the one that was showing plastisol transfers, but he was using the stock design transfers, right? It's
Yeah.
a design that anybody could buy. So there was no information on how to start a clothing brand from home. And that's when I said, oh shit, maybe that's what my channel will be about. Is I'll show people how I start these clothing brands from the house, all the mistakes I made, how I save money in certain areas where I'm not wasting money, and my ideas on saving money to put more money in my pocket wasn't it wasn't, a lot of people didn't like it at first because the screen printers had all the attention at that time. Everybody was trying to get business into their screen print shop. So by them saying, hey, you should start your brand by getting 36, 48 t-shirts screen printed by me, here I come in and say, don't use screen printers, use plastisol transfers and buy a heat press. People just started shit talking on me because I'm giving them bad ideas and I'm giving them bad advice. But then when I started showing people how I start these brands, how I do things, how I'm making sales, these other channels, these other screen print channels couldn't keep up with what I was talking about by showing them actual proof on, hey, look, this is how I'm making money. These are my happy customers that they can't even tell the difference between screen print and transfer. And this is them wearing the t-shirt. You know what I mean? So by me showing that kind of shit, it helped. And then that's when I
Mm.
started to see the real value in the channel of people needing this information and people wanting to start businesses from home and brands. And yeah, I wasn't even talking about the custom shit at the time because that wasn't even part of what I wanted to showcase. It was more about starting a brand. But when I added the vinyl cutter and stuff to the channel, that's when people were like, oh shit, I can make t-shirts from home. I want to do custom shit. The weird question I always get is, hey, if I take the Jordan logo, can I put it on a t-shirt? Will I get in trouble for it? And I always got to tell them that they just have to operate at their own risk. I can't say don't do it
Right.
because I know you're still going to do it. You're going to Google image the Jordan logo and put it on your shorts and your shirts. But for me, that's the weird type of questions I get now. And I say it's weird because I know it's bad to do and I don't do that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of people that have the freedom of creating from home now with these small cutters that want to bend corners. They want to do certain things. And when you sell shit like that, it comes with a risk. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of people don't understand. They think, hey, I'm a small, I'm a real small company. I'm doing shit from the house. I'm only selling here on Facebook. I won't get in trouble. And just like a week or two ago, I did a live thing with the dude from A&N Customs, and he talked about how he got busted selling trademark logos and shit.
Right.
So anybody could get busted. He was a small time dude with an Etsy shop, and he got busted. So anybody can. It's the it's helping the people that really want the information. That's the bare bones of my channel is for the people that really want the information and are going to use the information, right? Because like we're talking earlier, you could go on Google and find out all this shit. You could easily Google this stuff and do a little digging and find all the information I'm talking about that anybody else talks about. Stan, Reyes, me, you, anybody. But it's just coming from somebody that's either relatable to you or you kind of get a good vibe from. You know what I mean? That's what it
Yep.
comes. Like I watch people on YouTube. There's certain people that I like watching because of personality or because I feel like I could vibe with them. You know what I mean? They talk like me. They look like me. I have some sort of relation with them just by watching them and hearing them talk. And they could be from the other side of the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay. So this one question that a lot of people are probably struggling with right now. How in this pandemic right now, this thing that is global, how is it? How are you finding creativity? Like, how are you able to be creative in this time?
Oh man, the one thing I stay away from is doing anything COVID or quarantine related. I see a lot of people with the quarantine shirts and stuff, and if that's the way you get your creativity out, by all means, that's fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any way to push your creativity is I'm all for it. For myself, it's doubling down on marketing. Right now, I'm planning for when this is all over, how I'm gonna come out and how because you got to think about it like this: when this is all done, it's going to be a level playing field.
It
Big
sure is.
corporation, small business is going to be on the same level because we're all starting from the beginning. You know what I mean? So when if the small business guys are thinking the same way that the corporations are thinking, man, we're going to be a force once that
Mm,
shit opens up and business gets not to normal but just opens up. If you were planning this whole time, strategy wise, you'll be able to really compete with, big box retailers and corporations because they're going to be starting out just like us. It's no longer the corporations are up here and we're way down here. Everybody's going to be on the same level. And you just have to really go hard once this thing opens up with whatever you're doing. And for me, it's not. I haven't been working too much on designs. I mean, I still design for a lot of people, and I'm drawing, but I'm mostly working on a lot of different marketing tactics on how, when this thing opens up, how is social media going to be impacted? How's my customer base going to be impacted? Because you got to figure a lot of people are out of work. When this opens up, they might not have money to start buying right away. You know what I mean? But if you could figure out a way to keep your brand in the face of your customers until they get back on their feet, then it's going to be a constant thing just of, all right, this brand's been here this whole time. Now's the time I could buy these shirts that I've been seeing this whole time, or now's the time I could buy this hat that I've been seeing for the last 2 months. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So for me, it's mainly been about marketing. That's what I've been scheming on. That's kind of the planning that I've been doing lately is how am I going to really impact my audience with like some crazy out the blue strategies to get them excited about the brand again, right? Because everybody's kind of in a slump right now. So in order to get people, because I don't use my YouTube channel to drive any sales for any of my brands. I don't know if you ever noticed that or if anybody ever
Right.
noticed that, but
Yep.
I never talk about buying my shirts through this because I show people how to make my shirts. So I'm not trying to. I don't see my subscribers or viewers as customers. I'm showing you guys how I'm doing the shit. So my customers come from social media, like Instagram and a little bit on Facebook. But driving all my sales through there is just trying to figure out, all right, what are big corporations going to be doing? How can I do something different than that? Um, and really making a big impact. That's going to be the hard part for a lot of us, and that's what I'm excited about working on right now.
Okay.
Oh, and
That's
custom
what's up.
packaging. I've been trying to toy around with custom packaging. So that's like another thing, boxes and mailers and stuff like that. I want to
Okay.
lock that down. I have a distributor now, but I'm trying to lock down something for my subscribers or just anybody that's looking for custom packaging. I'm trying to get something put in place for the smaller guys because a lot of the custom packaging places, it's like a $50,000 minimum, and the regular home business they're not buying 50,000 poly mailers, right? But the company I'm working with right now, I'm trying to get it down to 100 with a good price, and then that way could offer that to subscribers and shit like that.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah,
Hey, that's it, man. Do like my man saying, do what you want to do as a business, but he's not most people are not into doing the COVID stuff nowadays because this wave is gonna pass by and then what are you gonna do then?
yeah,
How what's gonna be the substance of your business once this wave flies over? This time is gonna pass over and then you're gonna be looking for more things like the trending stuff. But a lot of people do make money on the trendy stuff, but
yeah,
just know that it's gonna go away. You should still have a strategy or a business that's based on something else. You should already have a target audience and not a trending business strategy, if that makes sense. You
yeah.
know,
Because when you ride these waves, and I know there's a lot of money in them, right? There's a ton of money in riding these types of waves. If you don't catch the wave at the right time, man, you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part is some people don't know when to get off the wave. Some dudes just ride it into the ground, and it's like that for any trend. And I would see that with hats. I seen that with a lot of different. Just being in this business for so long, t-shirts never go out of style, right? T-shirts
no
is something
sir.
everybody in the world owns t-shirts, so that never goes out of style. But when you get into different cuts of t-shirts and different hats and stuff like that, some of those things are really trendy things, right? Like bucket hats were a cool thing, and then all of a sudden bucket hats are no longer cool. Fitted hats were cool, now people wearing snapback, you know what I mean? There's always something that's gonna tank the last trend, and for me I try to stay away from that. Like I said, I stay away from the COVID stuff and the quarantine stuff. I see it on my social media all the time and it's cool, but once, like you said, once this thing goes down, it's like what are you gonna do with all that COVID and quarantine stuff that you had? You know what I mean? It's gonna be irrelevant at that point, and then your business is just gonna be stagnant. So for me it's planning for when this thing opens back up, not necessarily going back to normal, but just planning for them to say, all right, here's the first step or the first phase of going back to normal. I want to be at the forefront and really trying to be out there with my brand to try to, you know, at least be in the faces of my customers, not necessarily people buying, because if you're speaking in real reality, people aren't going to be buying right when you open up. It's like that when you launch a brand, right? People have the expectation of once I launch, my website's going to get shut down because I'm just going to crash the internet and people are going to be buying all my shit. That's never the case. And the humbling feeling is nobody buying that first day that you launch.
Right.
So when this thing opens back up and things start to get normal again, I want to at least keep my brand in the face of a lot of people. Right now, I'm taking a real slow approach to it. Not flooding a lot of stuff. I'm not posting as much. Like I haven't put out a YouTube video in like a month or something like that. Last time I put one out, I was still in Florida, and that's not to say like I'm planning some big YouTube thing. It's just I'm trying to keep other businesses afloat now. And then on top of that, I'm really trying to market and plan certain things right now because, like I said, man, since we're going to be on a level playing field when this opens up, I want to at least get a piece of the pie this time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
most
I
definitely.
remember when this happened, like in 2008, 2007, 2008, when the recession hit the last time, and a lot of businesses started going under, and then a lot of people um, doubled down on a lot of stuff like Google AdWords and stuff like that was a big thing. Like all that SEO marketing was huge, and I didn't know nothing about it. And I was still trying to sell products. You know what I mean? I'm selling T-shirts. I wasn't into how the internet worked and all that. But this time around, I want to be a little bit more ahead of the game, or not even ahead of the game, but just I want to be in the race this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most
Because I know a
definitely.
few people that made shit like they made six figures that first year off of SEO, like just doing like Google AdWords and stuff like that, and they cashed in. It wasn't sustainable, but they cashed in a big amount by just doing a little bit of research. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's it, man. Good. Say what's up to a few more people in here. We got, excuse me, Joe. What's going on, Joe? Heart and Hustle. What's going on, big guy?
Yeah.
You're next, man. We gotta get you on here, Heart and Hustle, man. We gotta hear from you. So I'm gonna hit you up, so we can get this thing going. We got Butterman in the building. Gina, what's going on, Gina? We got you coming up too, Gina. Y'all subscribe to Hard and Hustle. Subscribe to Big Brandoh. Subscribe to Gina. Y'all know, share the love, man.
Oh
Rock
yeah.
Expressions. What's going on, Rock Expressions? I appreciate all y'all for staying connected in the comments there, keeping the conversations going. I like it. I like it. But we've had Big Brando now for an hour, man, and I want to pay respects to his time. It's a
I
busy
appreciate
world
you,
out
brother.
there. I don't want to keep the guy around for too long. But Brando, before we go though, man, I have some random questions that I want to just throw at you.
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
do it.
play a
Let's
little
do it.
play a little game here tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, what is your favorite city, not the one that you live in?
My favorite city, not the one that I live in. Um, I gotta go with Honolulu. My family's out in Hawaii. My wife's family's from Hawaii, and every chance that we get, we're out there. You know what I mean? And not on no tourist stuff, and not because our family's out there, but it's just the vibe out there is crazy. Um,
Wow.
I was
Oh,
born and raised in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? I'm born and raised in Los
okay.
Angeles, so the city life is something that I'm accustomed to. And then when we get out there to Hawaii on Oahu, they got city life out there, but you're also on an island. You know what I mean? So it's the best of both worlds. So I gotta give it up to Oahu, man.
Man, it's crazy you say Hawaii, right? Because yesterday I would have been coming back from vacation in Hawaii, yo.
Oh
Like
damn!
yesterday, my wife, myself, and my cousin and his wife was gonna go out there in April. Every year, April we go out on vacation, and this year it just was supposed to be Hawaii, and we just got stuck. You hear me? But
Damn.
we'll make it happen in the future to come.
There you
So,
go.
on the scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Good of a driver?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! I come from the world of low rider, man. So I'm low and slow all day long. I don't do none of the
Ooh.
crazy stuff, man. So I'll say I'm like a 7 or 8 based on my speed. A lot of people jump in the car with me and get mad because I go so slow, but that's the that was built in me from early on and just low riding, just low and slow. Even on my motorcycle, man, I ain't racing nobody.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not like a low and slow guy, but I like to take my time on the road. Just my wife be like, "Bro, come on, can you drive?" Like I'll
Yeah,
be cruising, like I'll be cruising, man.
that's it,
So
man.
if you were if you were to have any superpowers right now, what would it be?
Fly. That's always been something that I've wanted to do, man. It is like watching X-Men and shit like that. You know what I mean? I always thought flying would be the illest superpower, man. That one and changing into people. That shit was
Ooh.
crazy too. There's a dude on X-Men, I forget his name. Oh, Morph. His name was Morph
Yes.
this is an old X-Men cartoon that a lot of people probably ahead of the time. Oh no, I got a 6-year-old son and we got Disney Plus and they got those old X-Men cartoons on there. So we went through and watched a bunch of them being on this quarantine shit.
Right.
But the dude on there, Morph, was ill because he used to change into other people. So I would say either that one or Flying, man.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. For me, man, I like to. I would like to have a superpower that can. It's kind of weird. I want to be able to see things before it happen. Like if a person is gonna fall,
Yeah,
I want to be able to see them.
yeah,
I want to be able to like see them fall, but then be able to catch them before they fall. Hey,
that's right.
like stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? That's the type of powers I want. So then this maybe we'll make this one the the last one. If you were to speak, so which way would you go? Speaking all languages or talking to animals?
Oh, all languages. I'd speak all languages, man. And not for nothing, but when I was out selling T-shirts, if I knew Spanish and Korean fluently, I
Ooh,
probably made way more money than I did, man. I knew I
killing it.
lost a lot of sales out there when I used to sell out the trunk because I didn't know certain languages, man. And out here in Los Angeles, Spanish is a big one. I understand it, I just can't speak it. And then
Right.
the other thing is, for some reason, all the ladies that run the t-shirt shops around here, they are all Korean and they all speak Korean. So that's something I need to learn too, man. So I would have to say
Okay.
speak languages. Animals are cool. We got a little French bulldog. That guy's kind of like an asshole sometimes. So I would imagine what that dude be saying, man.
Oh, yeah, for real. So I got two more, man. Two more and we'll
Yeah.
let you go. What is what is that one show that you're bench watching right now, if any?
Oh man, I just finished Money Heist.
Everybody, I
Netflix.
knew you was gonna say that, man.
Yeah,
Everybody's on that.
that's an ill show right there, man.
My
And
wife
then
watched every single one of them things. I don't get too much into the TV, but yeah,
that's for
that's a
me.
dope
I don't
show.
watch too much TV. Also, especially without having no sports or nothing right now. Like
Right.
my house is a Laker household, and with not being able to watch basketball and shit like that is hurting everybody. But Money Heist, man, that shit is ill, man. That Tokyo chick is fucking bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Oh
trying to look for
man.
something else to watch, man. Like I go back and forth with my daughter. She watches a lot of stuff on Netflix and Hulu, so I've been trying to find something else to get into to pass the time, but haven't found nothing that caught my interest yet. If you got any recommendations, man, what you watching?
Man, people will tell you. I always jump in the Facebook group and ask, "Hey, what are you guys watching today?" But the one, the one show I think we just finished watching Money Heist a little bit, but I watched it a little bit, and I forgot the other joint that I was watching. Damn, I can't even think of it right now. Cause I'll start a show and then like fall asleep, man. TV would
Yeah,
just put me to sleep. That's the type of thing that be on. So it's hard for me to like stay on a show and watch it for a while. But oh no, the one show that I watched recently that was good, it was damn uh on on damn I can't think of the name. Y'all, I'm gonna have to tell you. I can't think of the name right now. There's this dude. He's in there. He has Alzheimer's. Y'all let me know in the comments. He has Alzheimer's, but then he also has a drug business that he pretends is like hiding underneath of Open Seed, like the business called Open Seed. What is on license? It's something, man. I can't think of it right now, but that show is dope. I'm gonna have to find it and let you know about it.
yeah,
But people probably know in the comments. Okay, so one last one, man. One last one. I promise.
yeah.
Coffee or tea, man?
Oh man, I drink both, man. I drink both. Tea if it's iced, and then if it's hot, I drink coffee. You know what I mean?
Mm,
My wife is a
nice.
big iced coffee drinker, so we're always at the coffee shops getting that kind of stuff. But if it's iced, I go with tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got a
All
question for
right.
you, man.
Go ahead, man.
How useful are those vinyl things in the back that's holding up your vinyl right now? Those things.
Those.
Do you really use them, or do you find yourself putting the vinyl on the table more so than putting it back in that thing?
It's funny you say that because it's vinyl sitting on the table. The funny thing, I buy 10-yard rolls. So the
Okay.
fact that I buy 10-yard rolls, that thing don't even, it can't
Yeah.
fit in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So from the start, it looked good because when I was in the crib and I wasn't
Yeah.
doing that much volume. So, but now some of the vinyl in there hasn't been touched. They're just up there for decor. I
Yeah.
mean, like, but the good thing about it, I bought it from not for Amazon, from IKEA, so like $2 a piece, but Amazon
Yeah.
sell them things for like 14 or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's totally worth it if you're buying 5-yard rolls. I
Yeah.
mean,
And you know what?
but
I bought mine. I got the same ones as you, and I used it for scrap piece of vinyl, smaller pieces, because I got, like, as you can see in the back, I got all the vinyl still up there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So for the smaller stuff, if I got like a yard left, or maybe like 15 inches or something, then I just roll it up and put it in that thing.
yeah,
But I find myself not really using it too much, man. Like you said, it's good for decor, man. It looks cool. You
yeah,
know
it
what I mean?
looks cool up there. But yo, that show is called Unauthorized Living. Unauthorized
Unauthorized living.
Living.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
All right,
Unauthorized Living, man. It's
I'm gonna
that thing
check that
is
out.
dope. Y'all gotta check that out. I watched that when I was on. I started watching. I was in New Orleans on vacation a couple of months ago, but I've
Yeah.
been stuck watching that thing. But yeah, man. So again, I appreciate you being on the channel, man, bro. I like it means a lot, and for everybody that came over here and followed you over here, I appreciate y'all for being on here tonight. But what word of advice would you leave to that Brando that's out there that haven't started yet?
Oh man, you got to start just doing it now, right? I tell everybody, put their ideas out now. The more you sit on your idea, somebody else is gonna have that same idea and put it out before you. So for me, it's always, if you have the idea, get it out right away. You want to be able to make money right away. The more you sit on something, the more you scare yourself, the more you start intimidating yourself. Fuck that. You just get
Right.
out there and start putting the shit out right away. The market will tell you if it's a good idea or not, but at least you get your feet wet fast. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
there's anybody out there that was thinking like, hey, I want to get started, but my family's talking shit, or my
Mm.
girlfriend's negative about it, or my homies are laughing about my ideas, fuck them. And you just get out there and do it. And then when you start making money, that's what's going to tell you if your idea was good or not. You know what I mean? Don't let somebody else tell you your shit's whack, because those people ain't putting money in your pocket as right now. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
sure
you
as
tell
hell
me,
ain't.
your homies ain't putting no money in your pocket, so you might as well get out and get it for yourself. And if you're going to get into this business just to say you own a business, stop. Don't even do it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Get into
Wow.
this business to make money. Get into this business to better your situation, outside of wanting to call yourself an entrepreneur and outside of calling yourself the CEO. Just get out here and get the money, and all that other shit will come after the fact. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that jump on right away. There's a young kid that I was kind of mentoring, coming up, and he went from, I want to start grinding, to all of a sudden in his Instagram post with a suit and tie on, talking about motivational advice and all kind of other shit. And I'm like, man, who the fuck you motivating if you ain't even sell nothing yet? You know what I mean? So that to me right there already turned me off of the young dude. And I was like, hey, I can't really work with you no more, man, because you're on a whole nother vibe than what I'm on. But for me, if you really want to get into this business, get into this business to better your situation, not to be popular, not to be the entrepreneur or get girls or whatever it is, man, because you'll lose. And when you lose, you're going to lose your ass on this shit, because you only get what you put into this business. If you're not working, you're not making money. You know what I mean? If you're not putting in money to get equipment, you're still not going to be making no money. So understand that there's a risk involved with what we do, but be 1,000% in with this. You know what I mean?
Yep, most
Because I
definitely.
would hate for a lot of
So
people to watch my videos and then come back and say, hey, man, I lost like $2,000 listening to your advice. It's like, man, you obviously wasn't listening to my advice. I didn't say drop
right.
$2,000. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man. So where can people find you at on the internet, man?
YouTube, Big Brandoh. Instagram, Big Brandoh TV. I have a personal page that's on Instagram that's called Big Brandoh, but I don't put nothing t-shirt related or business related on there. It's just me and my kids, me riding bikes, motorcycles, and bicycles and shit. So there's nothing really business related or YouTube related. All that kind of shit is on Big Brandoh TV. You could shoot me DMs, you could shoot me comments. I prefer that you shoot comments, so that way if somebody else has the same question as you, it'll be answered right there.
Right.
A lot of times people are kind of self-conscious and they want to ask their questions in secret, but no question is a dumb question. You know what I mean? So if you want to really get some kind of information from me, leave it in the comments, and I go back and forth with everybody. You know what I mean? I'll talk to everybody. If I could help, I'll try to help. You know what I mean? If I don't have the answers, I'll try to point you in the right direction of somebody that does got the answers for you.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check him out on all social media platforms. On Instagram at Big Brandoh TV. Subscribe on YouTube at Big Brandoh, man. And all those links are going to be in the description of this video. So y'all go ahead and show bro some love. All right, man. I appreciate you. Shout
Yeah,
out to
man.
you for what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, when everything goes well, man, we'll link up in person one of these days, man.
Hey, man, I'm trying to make my way around to all the ISS shows once all this stuff opens up. I was talking to Stan about it, but I do want to get out to the East Coast. There's a lot of bike rides that happen out in Philly, so I'm trying to get out there.
Oh yeah, that's that bike city over here.
Yeah, man. So if I ever get in your neck of the woods, man, for sure I'm gonna reach out, chop it up with you, man.
All right, man.
Oh
Most
yeah, and
definitely.
another thing too. I'm doing this thing. We're gonna be doing it through live stream right now because of the situation. But I was planning on doing this before, earlier in the year, and it's something called the Coffee Club, where I'm gonna travel around to different coffee shops in all kind of different cities, and I'm just gonna meet up with whoever's out there, chop it up with you guys, give you guys an hour or two of my time, and if I could help, I'll help. But I want to bring the community around everybody. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be looking at me for any kind of questions or help. I want everybody to help everybody. So I'm starting this thing called the Coffee Club. Once this opens up, I'm gonna be coming to a bunch of different cities, man.
All right, man. We'll make sure you come around my way. We'll definitely have some coffee because I like some coffee, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm trying to get this shit going with you, bro. And like I said, I appreciate you for even reaching out and putting me on your platform and helping out. Cause like I said, it's all about building this community. And we were talking before the camera was turned on,
Yeah.
and it's I'm 1,000% all about that. If we could help, I want to help as many people as we can. And with your platform, obviously you're doing that. You know what I mean? Showing people what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you're living. There's no better way of teaching than that.
All right, bro, man. I'm going to let you go. Appreciate it. And we'll talk later.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Be easy.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here tonight. That was a dope interview, man. Wasn't that dope? Y'all know that was dope, right? So let me know. Did you have good interview? Did you have a good time here tonight? And don't forget, Friday we'll have Raz the Entrepreneur in here on Friday, y'all. Raz the Entrepreneur will be here. We'll be having the same style interviews, same conversation, and we'll be getting deep into it with Raz, y'all. So Friday, don't miss the show on Friday. And next week, I still got to finalize some things on next week, but my goal is to do these on Wednesdays and Fridays, okay? To host these lives. Monday, we'll still do a live. Probably just a quick check-in to tell you the schedule. But I want to be doing these interviews. So make sure you subscribe if you want to hear everybody's story. Make sure you subscribe and be here on Friday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? If you're in a specific time, that's 4 o'clock. You want to come out here and let's bust it up with Raz the Entrepreneur. All right? So, and anybody in the comments, man, reach out to me if you want to be on the show. You know, I don't know a lot of people out there. So if you're coming in, you want to tell us your story, I'm open, man. The platform is open. It's all about building the community. All right? So, you don't have to wait for me to reach out to you. You reach out to me and let's build this thing together, y'all. So shout out to Jason for being in this thing here. Yes, brand and entrepreneurs. Brand and entrepreneur. I'm still trying to figure out a name for this segment. So if you got any idea, drop it in the comments. Shoot me a DM or something. I was thinking with like convo with entrepreneurs, convo with I couldn't think of it. So let me know what you're gonna call this thing here, and I want to keep this thing going, man. By the end of this year, I want to talk to a bunch of creators and entrepreneurs. All right. So until next time, y'all take it easy and keep firing up that heat press and join the Facebook group, y'all. If you don't know, our Facebook group is called Fire Up the Heat Press. So join the Facebook group. On that group, you can post your work, drop questions, ask, give feedbacks. It's the best group on the internet for t-shirts, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jump on there, be a part of it. Again, that's Fire Up the Heat Press on Facebook. And what else? Appreciate all the new subscribers here tonight. Appreciate all of y'all for coming in. Yeah, CB, it'll be fun to have you on here, CB. Premier, what's going on? Thanks for holding it down in the comments, Joan, as always. Lanelle, appreciate y'all. Jesus, appreciate y'all. So where am I located? I'm located in Levittown, right outside of Philadelphia. Yes, you're late, bro. You're gonna have to watch the replay. This thing was loaded. Like, this interview was loaded tonight. So on Friday, though, don't be late on Friday. We'll have Rez, the entrepreneur. So I want to see all 40-something of y'all that was on here tonight to be back on here on Friday, and probably more, y'all. So keep sharing it. I'm going to throw the other flyer out there so y'all can keep sharing that thing and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. The event is already in there, so make sure you set your reminders. So I take it our sound is good, so we might have to keep going with this route. Can y'all still hear me, right? Y'all can still hear me good? So this might be the way we do this. It seemed like our sound was much better. It's a lot of things that got to be tweaked. Yes, we're building this community, man. So one day when y'all see me out there, y'all can be like, hey, that's the boy from Garment Creations, and he's the one that's always uniting and bringing people together. That's what I would like to be called, and that's what I want to be known by. Just bringing people together and sharing the content. Yes, so make sure you share this video, y'all. All right, so share this video. Even people that has the thumbs down, I appreciate y'all for thumbing down this video. There's always one thumb down on all the videos. So shout out to the hater. Your haters are still engaging with this video, and I appreciate that. So keep thumbing down. Keep coming in here and thumbing down. The rest of y'all keep smashing the hell out the like button, y'all. Keep smashing it. Put the haters to sleep. Keep smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Anything else? All right, y'all. So y'all take it easy. Again, God bless you. Keep firing up